he got traded, or what did he do? Signed to Oakland? I don't know. I don't remember what he did. But then he went to another team, and he fizzled out a bit in different ways. In Oakland, he was a little... With Randy Moss in Oakland, it was a little more that he just wasn't... I don't know, he kind of just... his play just fizzled out. With Odell, his play kind of fizzled out, and he got more brittle and started getting injured. But let's look at the stats with Randy Moss on the Raiders and Odell on the Browns. Randy Moss on the Raiders, 7.6 targets a game to Odell's 7.2. Pretty much the same. Randy Moss, 3.5 receptions per game to Odell's 3.9. Pretty much the same. Yards per game, Randy Moss, 53.7, Odell, 54.7. Pretty much the same. And then Randy Moss has a few more touchdowns than him. He has 11. OBJ has 7. So he has a few more touchdowns, but everything else, it's about the same. Everything's about the same with them, and I, for once, actually agree with Nick Wright. I typically don't, but I did today. And I do think OBJ still has value. I don't know if he's going to pop like Randy Moss did in New England, but it's very possible. OBJ is just not right for Cleveland, and they have to get rid of him. Trade him to another place. It will be best for both of you, because OBJ will probably get a new opportunity, and he might thrive in it, like Randy Moss did on the Patriots. All right. For the first time since September, I'm going to get some music on. There we go. All right. So, Aaron Rodgers has to take a 10-day absence, which will take him out until the day before Seahawks game. Why did the music stop? Anyway, they do have a few things in their favor, but, we will get to see Jordan Love. They are still playing at home, I believe. Oh, no, they're not. Oh, wait, they are at, what is it? They're playing at home against Seattle. So they'll still get a home game. And Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers. So he's not going to just forget about all the practice they do. At least as an experienced guy that's, missing out. If it were a rookie like Jordan Love that got COVID, it would be bad because he wouldn't be able to go to practice and he doesn't really know the playbook very well yet. So, a few things work in their favor, but, Aaron Rodgers has to be a little more responsible and not, I don't know what it is about his vaccination status. If anything, I might actually blame the NFL. Because if they knew he was vaccinated, why didn't they just, enforce rules on him, about going out? If you knew he was unvaccinated, you should have disciplined him in the first place. But, at the end of the day, as a leader of a team, Rodgers has to be more responsible. And I'm not going to be completely on Rodgers' side with this. But, there are a few things in their favor, like I said. So, hopefully, those things can be exposed against the Chiefs and against the Seahawks. Alright, so Von Miller is happy to be back with the Rams, or a part of the Rams. And like I said, they're not going to make Von Miller 2015 Von Miller. They don't need that. All they need is him to show up in crucial games. And there's going to be a few of them down the stretch. They're going to need him. Let's see. Let's check some of their key games down the stretch. They got the Titans this week. That's a big game. The Niners is a division game. Then they got the Packers, and Aaron Rodgers will be back by then. The Cardinals. That's another big game. And then you got the Ravens and the Niners. So, they're just going to need him to show up. They don't need him to show up in all of the last 9 weeks. They're just going to need him to show up against the Titans next week, the Niners the week after. Okay. So they're going to need him for 3 straight weeks against the Titans, Niners, and Packers. Then he gets a week off where he doesn't need to do much. Then he's got the Cardinals next, which is a big game. Then he gets a 3-week break, and then he has the Ravens and Niners. That's what they need Von Miller for. They don't need him to be a dominant force in every game. Just a few that matter, you know? Alright. So, there have been mixed emotions on the new foul rules in the NBA. I, for one, enjoy them, and so does the NBA. The NBA is pleased with the progress in officiating non-basketball moves. I just feel like it was annoying, all the flopping. It just got annoying. I for sure didn't like it. I didn't like that they were just getting freebies every 10 seconds. It was frustrating. That's what I gotta really say about that. By the way, if the NBA went to the playoffs today, I got a Heat Warriors finals. Those two teams are flying. Okay. So, yet again, Scottie Pippen is being a ungrateful a-hole. He ripped Jordan again. He's got to be more grateful. It's like Kyrie and LeBron. If you get to be a teammate to LeBron or Jordan, that's a good thing. There's nothing bad about that. It's literally a privilege to do that. It's okay that they're, the number one. You don't have to be the number one. And by the way, Scotty, dropped your ego at the door. I didn't know who you were before MJ, and you've been practically invisible without MJ. You were bad with the Rockets and the Trailblazers. I wouldn't be talking with you if it weren't for Jordan's documentary. So I would drop my ego out the door if I were you. Same way I would if I were Kyrie. Why do you want to be a leader again? You had a shot to be a leader. And you went 97 and 215. I don't know what that win percentage is. I'm doing the math right now. But, 31% win percentage. You won 31% of your games without LeBron, Kyrie. So relax with your, I want to be the leader. You had the chance and you blew it. Same thing with Scottie Pippen. You tried being a leader, you weren't good. Why are you still upset about a documentary that came out over a year ago? Over a year ago, about a year and a half ago, it came out. And it was a big success. And you don't like it because it bashed on you and told the truth about you. You gotta be grateful if you get a chance to play with LeBron or MJ or even Brady, Alright. So... Alright, what do I want to talk about next? Okay, I'm just going to talk about Harden. He is struggling to adapt to new rules here. But let's look at this with KD's decision to leave. The Warriors are 6-1. They got Steph. They got Draymond. They have an emerging Jordan Poole. And... by the way, Steve Kerr is still the same Steve Kerr, Still a great player. Great coach, my bad. Meanwhile, KD's off with Harden, who is shooting 39% this year. He shot 47% last year. Harden is 32, coming off his first big injury of his career. He could very well be on the decline. And the same goes for LeBron. LeBron could very well be on the decline. He's getting a lot of injuries, and it's not a good thing. But the Warriors are flourishing. You are with a slumping Harden and an unpredictable Kyrie. So who's winning this divorce? The Warriors. You may have won you may have won short term, but you're not winning long term. At all. You're actually getting destroyed in the long term. Like, you're getting crushed. So, I mean, how are you feeling about your decision, KD? How's it going over there? Going well? No, it's not. Alright, I got one more music segment, then maybe one more after this, and then I'm going to be out for the day. Oh boy, I only got like 3 minutes to cover all of this. Alright, I could do that. Here we go. Alright, well, come on. I need the music to load. Alright, I'm going to start anyway. So Mahomes says it was disappointing that Aaron Rodgers got COVID and that they won't be able to play on Sunday. But it's still an interesting watch. Jordan Love, it's huge. Mahomes, we're still waiting for him to turn around, or will Mahomes still be dead in the water? Then you got Jordan Love. Jordan Love can either prove the Packers wrong, or he can make them look like a genius. He can either flop or dominate. And it will still probably be a competitive game, even without Aaron Rodgers. So, I am interested to see that. I'm going to look at it either way. And I can't wait. Alright, so Baker scoffed at the allegation that he's not throwing at OBJ. And, like I said, OBJ still has value. He can still be traded to another place. And he can thrive in another place. It could very much be a Randy Moss, Oakland Raiders situation. But, the Baker-OBJ marriage has never really worked. They're both kind of divas in a sense. It's not working. You gotta trade him. Alright, Cooper Kupp is having the best start to the season for a receiver in the Super Bowl era. And, gosh, he came out of the woodworks. It's insane. I said last year that he was the most underrated receiver in football. And so far I am right. So, glad about that. Alright. Sorry, I'm trying to go really fast here. Lillard met with LeBron and AD, and they discussed a possible... I don't know. I think he's like... I don't know. I just know he met with LeBron and AD. This is how rumors start. I don't know what he's going to do. I think Lillard deserves better. I think it would work with the Lakers. They do need a shooter. Even though they got multiple of them in free agency, it's not working. And I really think that's because they don't have much defense. So, I don't know. I think Lillard could work, but... I don't know. We just gotta see what happens. Alright, Mike White will get another start against the Jets. I'm excited to see what he can do. He did very well against the Titans, or who'd they beat? The Bengals. And we'll see if he does the same this week. Alright, I'm gonna do one more segment in the last minute. Alright, so Tua. I am starting to feel less and less confident in Tua as it goes on. I defended him last year, but even Greg Cosell, an NFL Films guy, expressed doubt in him, and I'm having trouble feeling confident in him again. So this year, as I come back, you might not see me be as defensive of Tua as I have been in the past. Anyway, this is Dylan Miller on Daily Dose of Dylan, Google Podcast, Spotify, Spreaker, or iHeartRadio. This is Dylan Miller on Daily Dose of Dylan. I will see you tomorrow, and then I'll update you on how many more times will be available. See you tomorrow.